Starfleet Command has commissioned another historical tactical simulation, and they'd like you to evaluate it as soon as possible. Ja'ula and her agents were a force to be reckoned with during the war, and were a direct influence on
It is unfortunate that the Touré were unable to be swayed. We will attempt to use other avenues to convince them of the merits of this venture. Thank you for your efforts.
Greetings. I am on my way with several cooperative ships. It was simple enough to get them onto our side, but the real problem now is with the Octanti. The Octanti consul should be at your location now. Please begin discussions without us. We shall be there soon.
Greetings. I am Ambassador Rarick. Greetings. I am Ambassador Rarick of the Octanti. I've examined the proposal your government's transmitted, and I'm afraid the Octanti people must... Borg are Borg. We will not join your alliance, and we never will. Our people have lost too much already. I won't be led into another unwinnable war.
This is 7 of 9. I have a priority message for the Octanti. Ambassador Rarick, the Cooperative has a problem with which they require your assistance. An Octanti synthetic virus has infected a recently liberated cube, causing severe problems for the fragile consciousnesses of the former drones. They are falling to madness. Our sensors show the cube is moving in this direction. You are in danger. Unknown. We need the Octanti to transmit the shutdown code for the synthetic virus. If done quickly, the liberated Borg aboard the cube may recover.
Never. If the virus infected them, then our work is done. They will destroy themselves.
It's arriving now. Your time is up.
Lower! You're... prepare... assimilated!
Ambassador, please deactivate the virus. There are thousands of liberated Borg on that cube who need your help.
The Borg are a blight. The only course of action is extermination.
Rarick! Where is Rarick? I know he is here. Please, deactivate virus. Ah!
Mashk? Is that you? That's my brother. He and 4 other Octanti volunteered to be infected with the virus and taken by the Borg 7 years ago. I thought he was lost to us. Deactivating now. It's not working. The cube's automated defenses are too strong. You'll need to weaken it before I can transmit the code.
Varric, we intercepted a transmission about your meeting. It was right. You were here. I fought the madness to get to you. Dangerous. But I knew you would not abandon us. Thank you.
Mashk, I'm so overjoyed to see you. I never believed in this liberation idea. It was a fantasy for the grieving. But having seen it firsthand, hearing my brother's voice again, maybe I shouldn't have been so willing to dismiss hope. I will see that the Aktanti people seriously consider your proposal. We need to reconsider many things.
We knew recruiting the Aktanti was going to be problematic. You did exceptionally well with a very difficult task.
Oh, thank goodness you've arrived. I'm trying to work with the Hazari, but they are a demanding lot. They're using this opportunity to milk the Benthans for everything they've got. To say the least. First, they want the Benthans to void the warrants of 3 of the Hazari, Niken, Yakela, and Negrasa. Then they want 2 prisoners released. And if that weren't enough, they're demanding bounty hunting licenses for the Ramar, Zilman, and Osprinti systems.
Pleasure to see you again. I assume you can speak with more authority than this Talaxian. Then I wish you good luck. Your offer is tempting, but we simply don't have any help to give you. All of my resources have to be focused on the Benthans breathing down our necks.
The Benthans usually have a ship patrolling this area of the system. It's a neutral ground, but they know what can happen in neutral areas. The ship should be able to contact the Benthan High Justicar for us. The Benthans keep a close eye on this system. Lots of deals are made here.
I am High Justicar Mathan. I was told you needed to speak to me on a critical matter. Oh? How can we assist you? It's always demands when it comes to the Hazari. Demands, deals, and contracts. Transmit their list. I haven't had a good laugh in days. There's no way we'd agree to all this. I'm sorry. Good point. I can rescind the warrants for Niken and Yakela, but not Negrasa. He's caused too much trouble to let him go free. And the prisoners, I'll exchange them for Nikedin, if the Hazari will give him up. He's been raising havoc in 3 sectors. I'll give them 1 of the systems for hunting, but not all 3. Let them choose which one they want.
Will they give us what we want? Of course we knew they wouldn't give us everything. But if you don't ask for everything, you won't get anything. What? Oh, I mean good. Let's see here. We give the Benthans Nikedin, and we get 2 of our captains back? done. Nikedden is a Bashik Monar. I think the closest translation we have to your language is a pit where you throw your pack animal. Sure, I'll draw up the contract. Just transmit your authorization and you've got a deal. As soon as the Benthans deliver, the Hazari are part of your alliance.
A trap? Fine. I'll kill you then, my so-called... Fine. I won't... Fine. I won't lose my ship and crew for this. You've beaten me. Those in a week. Lowering shields now. Just don't vaporize me.
We should take our prisoner to that Benthan patrol ship. The Hazari seem a little too happy about this outcome. Even if Yadren doesn't like Nikedren, I didn't think he'd be so quick to give him up to the Benthans. I don't think that's the case.
On behalf of all the Hazari, thank you for delivering that Gratok Nikedden to the Benthans. Oh, what can it hurt now? We've got an airtight contract. Remember those hollow emitters we got from that Ferengi? He also sold us a nice, personal-sized one with a low-emission power pack. We gave that one to Nikedden. Right about now, he should be slipping out of the brig and into the crew of that Benthan cruiser you delivered him to. A spy on the High Justicar ship. We'll know everything. Not so fast!
And that's done. I'll meet you back at Voyager.
I understand the Hazari used the pretense of the Alliance to place a spy on the Benthan ship, and that their contact with us will be voided if we inform the Benthans of his presence. Fortunately, we have our own operatives in the Hazari organization. They will be able to marginalize the effectiveness of the Hazari spy, while still keeping them as a tool to use against the Vaadwaur.
Hello again. I thought it would be best if I used your bridge's hollow emitters for this conversation. I'm currently in disguise on board the Hierarchy ship as one of those potato-looking fellows, and I don't think you want to see any more of this than you have to. The Hierarchy assume I'm one of the crew. I've begun a review of their cost analysis matrix, which is what they use to determine if any particular course of action will be profitable. The ship is currently cloaked by one of the nav beacons in this region of space. Just head to the nav beacon, and you'll get their attention. The Hierarchy once corrupted my programming in an attempt to spy on Voyager. This seems fitting. These subroutines are quite useful. Perhaps I'll write a holonovel about my experiences as a spy.
That's close enough. That's close enough. I don't want any trouble, but I would like to know how you knew our location. Don't tell us your secrets and we won't tell you ours. As for your offer of an alliance, give me a moment to consider it.
The Hierarchy is consulting the cost analysis matrix. This is exactly what I needed. This is going to take some time. We'll need to stall them while I get what I need.
I am sorry, but the Hierarchy has evaluated the investment needed for such an undertaking, and we find that the Alliance ships are simply outmatched by the Vatwar. There's no profit in losing. We'll stay out of this fight.
I have an idea. Follow my lead. Perhaps we could arrange for a demonstration of their abilities. I could reroute the cloaking device through our main deflector dish and create convincing holographic targets for them to fight.
You could do that. Very well. That will show us what these Alliance ships are capable of. Then we'll run the numbers again. Are you ready to prove your worth?
2 holographic Borg probes coming up.
Borg probes? Hardly a challenge. I want something big. Give me a Voth bulwark. Also, I don't care if they can just defeat the hologram. I want to see how well this person works with their crew. Anyone could throw firepower at something. It's another thing to be a good manager of people.
1 Voth bulwark coming up.
I don't believe it. Run the numbers again.
Excellent work, Doctor. Your recordings of the Hierarchy's cost analysis matrix will be a great benefit to Starfleet intelligence. And you. I must say, bringing the Hierarchy into the Alliance is quite unexpected. I thought it would take weeks of back-channel negotiations to make any progress with them at all. Thank you for taking a risk. Your show of power.
Glad to see you. It seems... Glad to see you. It seems the Kazon don't believe we have enough ships to stop the Vaadwaur. I keep telling them we'll... Glad to see you. It seems the Kazon don't believe we have enough ships to stop the Vaadwaur. I keep telling them we'll have the numbers if we work together, but they keep insisting they need more information.
More ships! I demand to see more! Our scouts have reported seeing Voyager in the Delta Quadrant again. We want to see that ship.
Yes. I wonder... I'm going to try something. Things might get dicey if my suspicions are correct. Nellic, the USS Voyager is not available. If there is anything about it that you need to know, I can answer those questions. I was stationed on Voyager during its time here in the Delta Quadrant.
You were on Voyager? That's excellent news. If you're willing to vouch for your fleet's strength, Captain Kim.
Me? Wait a second. They just transmitted a coded signal. There's a ship just outside sensor range, probably waiting for Voyager to arrive.
Ensign Harry Kim. Or is it Captain now? Finally got a promotion, hmm? I hope you enjoyed your life, Captain. It ends now.
I don't know. You have me at a disadvantage. You know my name, but I don't know who you are. At least give me the courtesy of an introduction to the man who's going to kill me.
My name is Sesson, but that means nothing to you. You would have known my mother. You served with her on Voyager until your Captain Janeway's hatred and prejudice drove her into exile with the Kazon, where she was a brave and capable leader. Tell me, Captain Kim, do you ever think about what you did to Seska?
Seska? Then you must be... We didn't even know you were still alive, Sesson. Your father took you when he left Voyager.
While Sesson and Captain Kim squabble over old hurts, I would like to make you an offer. My clan has taken over a new planet, but the climate is arid and water is in short supply. About 100 of your terraforming systems would change our prospects for the better. If you will provide them,
I'll pledge the loyalty of the Kazon Relora to you right now, as well as the ships of all the clans who are our allies. How unfortunate. The Kazon Nistrim have agreed to give us some resources, but their price is high, and Sessin isn't the most trustworthy man to deal with. However, they are willing to help us, and you are not.
Shields up. Red alert. I knew Kazon would hold a grudge. Not this time. Not all the time.
I apologize for the deception. Mage Session holds a great deal of power over the rest of the Kazon clans. I hope my actions here will convince you that our desire to assist you against the Vaadwaur is sincere.
The Kazon are very factional. I can believe that Sessin strong-armed them into acting as they did. I would like to welcome the Kazon Ogla and the other allied Kazon to the Alliance. I heard you tried to get the Kazon Relora to join the Alliance. I would have helped if I could, but I had my hands full with Sessin and the Kazon Nistrim. Sessin is obsessed with Voyager. I don't know what his father told him about us, but Seska was a thorn in our sides for most of our early time in the Delta Quadrant. She certainly wasn't the victim. She was the aggressor. It looks like her hatred of Voyager has been passed on to her son. I wish he could have had a better legacy. I'll return to Admiral Tuvok in the Alyan system. See you there.
Our success on this mission falls within expected parameters. Some of the races are willing to join us, but others did not see the wisdom of working together toward a common goal. We will continue our efforts. Perhaps if we take a different approach with those who are still reluctant, they will see the value of cooperation.
Admiral Tuvok sent me a report on the situation. Hopefully the work we've done today will pay off. The Vaadwaur are a large threat, one that cannot be ignored. The Vaadwaur lost everything 900 years ago, when their enemies united against them. It shows how arrogant Gol is that he's allowing it to happen again. Hello?
Received reports of Tal Shiar.
Greetings.
This is the USS Cicada. Switch to frequency 228.7 to adjust for ion storm interference.
This is the Shinano. Advise keeping shields up. Cloaked Klingon vessels are still testing our defenses. Let's do this quickly. Don't want our shields down for long. Let's do this quickly. Don't want our shields down for long. Thanks. Our supplies were low after retaking Pryor's world. One more assault and we would have been at critical levels in several key resources.
Lowering shields now. We are ready to receive supplies. Engineering has confirmed that all expected hardware has been delivered. Thank you. We shall begin repairs at once. Our computer systems have received significant damage from Klingon assaults. I believe the Baran is waiting for you to report in, so I will keep you no longer. This is Commander Ellen Landry of the USS Baran. This is Commander Ellen Landry of the USS Baran. Welcome to Pryor's world. The captain has requested that you transport over to the Baran to speak in person. Truth be told, we're not certain our hailing frequencies are completely secure. It's a long story. Let's just say the Klingons had a few tricks up their sleeve during battle.
Nice to finally meet you face to face. I'm Captain Gabriel Lorca. Welcome to the Baran. This is my first officer, Commander Ellen Landry.
Sorry to hear about Captain Schaefer. He was one of our best.
Agreed. A damn fine captain. Though from what we've heard about what happened to Korvan, his ship's in good hands. Ah, And my somewhat tardy Chief of Security, Amrit Patel.
Apologies, Captain. Welcome aboard. We appreciate the assistance.
Engineering's this way, if you'll follow me.
What took you so long?
You try booking a reception hall during prime wedding season. I'm lucky to be alive.
My warrior. Braver than 100 Klingons.
Kapla!
We better catch up.
Before the captain throws us in the brig with the Klingons.
We've been mopping up here after our scrap with the Klingons.
The Klingons did not surrender Pryor's World lightly.
Cleaning up the planet-based missile launchers was satisfying. The Baran is currently holding some Klingon prisoners of war.
Prisoners we plan to deliver to a secure location before we ran into a snag. Lieutenant Kerwin.
Welcome aboard.
I have someone
Thanks
I'd
for
like you to
lending us
meet.
a hand. Mind taking a look at something here? I'm analyzing some issues with the Baran's critical systems, and a fresh perspective might shed some light. Somehow the Klingons infected our computer systems with a particularly nasty virus during the battle. Another House Mokai trick by the looks of it. It's in several key systems: sensors, shields, weapons. Right now, we can't rely on any of those remaining at operational status. If they come back for a rematch, we could wind up blind and defenseless. The virus has really dug into our tactical systems. We lose targeting, can't even power up the emitters or launchers. At that point, the only weapon in our arsenal is harsh language, and that won't go very far in a fight with the Klingons. Their entire language is harsh. If the virus tries to lock out a weapon, they should still work. Nice work. Tactical will need to make adjustments, but that should block the virus nicely. What the? We just lost port deflector!
Bridge to Captain. Klingon vessels decloaking.
Lorca to bridge. I'm on my way.
Captain, internal sensors show multiple Klingon transporter signals in your vicinity.
All hands, repel boarders. Lorca to bridge. We need those shields back. Do what you can to keep our port side away from the Klingons. Kerwin, I want you to head up there and give them a hand with the shields. No, I think it's time we went on the offensive. Landry, Patel, lead the...
Chief, get us to the armory.
On it.
Captain to sickbay. We have wounded on deck 17.
We're on our way, Captain.
Take one of these phaser rifles. We just finished modifications on them from data we gathered during the Priors.
Bridge to Captain. The Klingons hit the brig and released their buddies. Looks like they're heading toward the shuttle bay. They're gonna make a break for it, sir.
Lorca to bridge, acknowledged. We're en route. Tepev, Landry, Patel, take the lead. Everyone else, you're with me. Let's move! Cover me. Del, you can hand with this.
There's no time. Captain, you need to go.
That's not how we operate, Commander. We don't leave people behind. It's clear. Help her.
Thought I lost you there. Fortunately, the captain had other ideas.
Nice shot back there. Glad you had our backs.
We need to move. Understand? No, I'll manage. It's not as bad as it looks.
Bridge to Captain. Shuttle bay access is locked, and the hangar doors are starting to open.
It's that damned Klingon virus again.
Bridge, this is the captain. Prepare the tractor beam, in case we fail.
Damn, it's even in the door systems. I'll handle the— Bam! Got it!
Accord to the trap. We are preparing to depart the barrage. Prepare for our arrival.
Not today. Not on my ship.
Change of plan. Kill the captain, then me.
You'll have to get through me first.
Lorca to bridge. The prisoners are secure. Give me a status report.
Sir, the Klingon vessels just went under cloak.
They'll be back. Count on it.
We need to get the Klingon prisoners secured. Unfortunately, our holding facilities here are compromised. Under the circumstances, I think we'll need to transfer the prisoners to your ship. I think you'll agree we can't risk dropping our shields to use the transporters. You'll have to take a shuttle. It's a little old-fashioned, but if the Klingons are here to rescue their people, they won't risk firing on you. Your ship, on the other hand, will be a target. Be ready for anything. All right, these Klingons wanted a ride in a shuttle. Load them up.
My team will handle the prison transfer to your vessel. I'll have our security chief contact yours to sort out the details. Excellent. Are you ready to finish boarding procedures and head out?
Good. You made it. Afraid I have some bad news. We're picking up some photon decay heading our way. My people believe it's coming from cloaked Klingon vessels, and I'm inclined to agree. Get ready for a fight.
All ships, defloat. Remove jetpacks.
Moran to Cicada. Move to support the Shinano.
Acknowledge, Moran. Maneuvering to support position. You fight well, Starfleet. The wreck of your vessel will make us fine.
All ships circle the wagons. Watch out for each other. We'll get through this.
Honor you fight. Great of my glory.
Moran is taking crippling damage. Nice work, Captain. Looks like the Klingons aren't finished with us at Pryor's World. Glad you were in the neighborhood. Things could have gone pear-shaped if you weren't. The Moran has restored main power. I'm sure that'll look good in your after-action report. Might put a little dent in my sterling reputation, but I'll manage. That said, we're not out of the woods just yet. I'll let my first officer fill you in on the details.
This is Landry. As you've seen, the Baran is needed here at Pryor's World. And her brig is no longer secure. I'm afraid your ship is gonna have to facilitate this prison transfer. The destination is classified, I'm afraid. I have the coordinates in a secure device, which, with your permission, I'll bring aboard with my team.
I don't disagree, Captain, but we're at war. Things have a tendency to get irregular in situations like this. Some of our prisoners are high-ranking members of the House Mokai. The secrets they know are important to the Klingons, even more so to Starfleet. We need to get them into a high-security facility as soon as we can. I'd like to send Commander Landry and a team with you to assist on this. Call it a joint effort. But it's still your ship and your command. Agreed? Oh, and one last thing. Landry's on loan. She's a damn fine officer and one of a kind. I do expect her back intact as soon as you're done, Captain. The shuttle, on the other hand, you can keep. We got plenty of those.
My team is on board, Captain. With your permission, I'll take the helm for this trip. I know the way, after all. We've arrived at the coordinates, Captain. We're being hailed.
Your presence in this system is unexpected. Transmit secure clearance codes now. Awaiting transfer of codes. I should remind you that all of our defense systems are active, Captain. Vosker out.
Transmitting initial sequence, now. Lieutenant Kerwin, begin beta security code transmission on my mark. Mark. Very much so, Captain. Possibly more than they enjoy oxygen and comfortable socks. Transmission complete.
You're cleared for approach. Proceed to the following coordinates, and prepare for prisoner transfer via shuttlecraft. Vosker out.
A word, if you please. A word, if you please. It's about Warden Vosker. I've served with him before, and there are some things about his character you should be aware. Serving here allows Vosker to use methods and practices that would not fly on a starship. Some of his morals are fluid, perhaps dangerously so. Look, I'm not sure what Starfleet Command knows about him, but he still has command of the facility. There are those in Starfleet who are more focused on results than the cost of achieving those results. Vosker is such a man. The Admiralty didn't order these prisoners here by chance. They want Vosker to get results by any means necessary. My team has the prisoners prepped for transfer. Are you ready to head to the facility?
Welcome to Facility 2047. I'm Hadrian Vosker. Computer, update the log to finalize the transfer of prisoners to this facility. Authorization Vosker.
Thank you. Hadrian, it's been a long time.
Well, not long enough. Was there anything of substance you wish to discuss, or are we done here?
As in, according to Starfleet regulations, Hadrian, not your own personal code of conduct. Listen, we don't have to like each other. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's an impossibility at this point. What we need to do is work together in upholding the ideals and laws of the Federation.
Finished? Look, the Federation is the promise.
Yeah, why don't...
Johnson, give me a status report.
Wrapping it up now, sir. Medical scans and contraband search all came back in the green. Warden?
We fine. Got a nice cell waiting for you, Mokai.
I'm not sure leaving the prisoners here with him is wise, Commander.
What are you hens clucking about back there?
Just wondering what you have in mind for our prisoners, Hadrian.
Nothing the Admiralty hasn't authorized before.
Johnson here. Operations reports a malfunction in primary systems and recommends a reboot.
Johnson, contact engineering. And keep an eye on things until I'm finished. Oscar to engineering. The bridge to isolation is acting up. Fix it. Now. Fine. Now deal with these malfunctions.
Understood, sir. Wait. What the... Sir, the primary deflector grid just went offline.
Look out! Klingons!
Johnson, initiate full lockdown. Get those shields back up, now! Johnson? Come in, Johnson. Damn, he lost comms.
They're coming for you. Are you ready?
All right, let's get this over with.
Cuck.
Nice. Same to you, Haribach. Come on! Stupid piece of work, damn it!
Problem, Hadrian?
I can't get the bridge to extend. We need to think of an alternative.
That didn't sound good. We need to get out of here, right now! Let me help you! Hurry!
We don't have time for this. Let him fall. It's just a Klingon.
We are Starfleet. Since you've obviously forgotten, that is not how we operate.
Whatever. Let's get moving.
God, fuck.
I don't have time for this.
Stow this guy quickly.
Relax. His new home's right over here. And he's gonna be here a very long time.
I believe you have something that belongs to me. Akar will be leaving with me.
He's not going anywhere, lady. I'm gonna...
Ha! You were saying, if only you had shields to block our transporters. Our paths cross once again. If only I had the time to end you. Like I ended your captain.
You two know each other?
Try to die well. Ketris, draw the truth!
Wonderful.
Cover me while I get the shields back online.
Kerwin, help him while we hold them off.
Damn it. Get over here and cut.
Yes, Commander.
Son of a... Disruptors hurt. Do your jobs, idiots. Get over here and cover me. job, idiots! Disruptors hurt. Do your jobs, idiots! I can't get this done if they keep shooting me. I'd hold off on any celebrations. Long-range sensors are picking up a Klingon...
Lieutenant Kerwin can get those turrets.
This isn't time.
Captain, the turret grid just came back online. Wait, oh no. That's bad. The turrets are scanning for Starfleet vessels. They've been set to see them as targets. It's that damned virus.
It's just like what happened at Pryor's World. They turned our own defense grid against us, and then mopped up what was left after the chaos.
How did a Klingon virus get into our system? Klingons didn't even know about this place until...
Of course. Those clever bastards. It's a genetic sequencing virus. We did a full medical scan of the Klingon prisoners when we brought them aboard the Buran. And another one when they were brought aboard this facility. But... fortunately, or your ship would be dealing with the virus too. Somehow they've managed to embed it within the DNA of one or more of the prisoners. If we can identify the difference between the maybe 5 minutes?
I can't believe he got away. After all that we went through here, anything he does from here on out is on me.
You shouldn't beat yourself up for doing the right thing here. Besides, if we get him and Ja'ula, we can just pretend it was all part of the plan, right?
All right. You win. But we still have a lot of work to do before, we single-handedly end the war and get promoted to Fleet Admiral. So let's get up to your ship and go after them.
Ja'ula to Tafib attach. We have what we need. Leave the prison for the rest. Hey, to Schmidt! Him look down!
Captain, one of the Klingon vessels is hailing us.
Starfleet vessel. You
are outnumbered and unable to flee. If you wish your crew to survive, stand down and prepare to be boarded. Refuse, and we will give you all an honorable death. A warrior's death, then. Good. I wouldn't have it any other way. Perhaps we will meet face to face in glorious combat when I board your vessel to take it as my prize.
Good news, Captain. Latest sensor reports show all Klingon vessels are either destroyed or retreating. I think we...
Kerwin here. Captain, all systems are clear over here. Not reading any Klingon ships on sensors either. Did we do it?
Captain, if it's all the same to you, I recommend we retrieve Lieutenant Kerwin.
Interesting simulation, isn't it? I went through it myself. Some of it was rough to witness, considering the final fates of Captain Lorca and the crew of the Buran. Seeing them in action, fighting at their side, makes their sacrifices hit that much harder. I'm told the tactical research team is working on another simulation relating to the events that took place at Pryor's World.
Any remaining forces to mount a defense. And perhaps, if we are fortunate, we will be able to turn back time.
are cleared for docking.
The High Command is still in... All these years...
Glad you're here. We've been fighting non-stop and it feels like we're barely making a dent. Command says we're preparing for our last chance. I hope they have an ace up their sleeve, because I can't see a way to defeat the Iconians in a straight military battle. Whatever happens, just remember that you'll always have the Enterprise at your side.
We have defeated one Iconian, but the cost to do so was too high. The Iconian forces are too numerous for us to sustain such a strategy. We have been forced to our last resort. The Krynim timeship has been modified, and we can use it to generate a portal to send us back to the ancient time of Iconia. Once there, we must prevent any Iconians from escaping the destruction of their home world. If necessary, we must kill the remaining Iconians ourselves.
We presumably failed a temporal incursion, changing things in the past while remaining in a bubble of temporally shielded current time. This allows the timeline to unfold as it will, almost randomly. My team and I have been working on an alternative method that will actually send someone back in time to the past, where they can directly affect the timeline and help to guide it along the desired path. We've been running some basic scenarios that leave us quite hopeful that we can aid in the original attacks on ancient Iconia, to ensure there are no survivors for us to deal with in the present.
We cannot sustain this war. The Iconians will destroy or conquer every species in the galaxy if we do not stop them now. There is no guarantee that this plan will work, but if we do not try, we will certainly lose everything. Our long-range sensors have detected signs of transit from the Iconian spheres. The Iconians must be preparing their heralds for another large-scale invasion. We are gathering our remaining forces to make our stand. The Iconians have picked our next battlefield, and it is the Sol System. If Earth falls, we have lost this war. We have one move left to us, and it is to move this war to a battlefield of our own design. We will attack the Iconians in the past. We've identified that the Iconians were forced from their homeworld in an attack 200,000 years ago. We will take part in that attack and ensure there are no survivors to fight us in the present. Noy's team is busy reconfiguring the time ship. There are no guarantees, even with time travel on our side. We must hold out long enough for a ship to pass through a temporal portal. That means fighting this fight, and every other, until this technology is complete.
Captain, this goes against everything we stand for. Everything we've been fighting for.
You talk of honor, and duty, and freedom. All of these will just be words if we fail. We can try to live up to these ideals when we survive.
You are cleared for departure. Good luck.
I've gotten word from Noy. They've completed their modifications, and the Krenim timeship is on its way. We must hold off the heralds long enough for the Krenim ship to arrive and generate a portal. Once the portal is open, we will go back in time to ancient Iconia and try to change history. But first, we must survive long enough to do so.
Enterprise here. We've intercepted a group of heralds. Can you give us a hand with them?
This is the USS Hood. Our attack group is taking heavy losses. RRW is ready to respond to your call.
on damage control, or we may lose them before the ships in dock can mobilize.
Akagi here. We've restored main power. Thanks for keeping the gantries intact. Bringing the Fight 99th Attack Wing into battle now.
This is ESD control. We're losing life support and transporters are offline.
I told you I'd be back. And this time, I brought friends.
We've brought together forces from every quadrant of the galaxy.
I hope you're happy to see me. It doesn't look like things have been going too well so far. I left because I needed to...
The Herald ships are regrouping. We should use this respite to our advantage. Form up at the KIS Anarax. We must protect it long enough for it to activate a time portal. Once the portal is stabilized, we can use it to go back to Iconia's past. Our situation is desperate. If we fail here, Earth will fall. And Kronos won't have much hope of standing without it.
I'm arriving with the time shield. We must protect it until the portal is just a little bit longer. Stabilizing the control portal will trouble. Energizing temporal emitters. The time portal is open and stable.
Go! Get through that portal!
Setting a course now.
The Heralds are firing on the portal!
The portal is destabilizing. Hurry!
More gateways. An Iconian flagship is moving in.
This is the moment of your extinction.
Not today. Everyone, form up and cover our six.
Theirs not to make reply. Theirs not to reason why. Theirs but to do and die. Into the Valley of Death rode the 600.
Evaluating astrometrics. Confirmed. We have traveled back approximately 200,000 years. Only our two ships made it through.
There are no signs of Captain Cogran or his ship. We will have to continue the mission without him. Perfect. This will give us a moment to get our bearings and figure out how best to prevent the Iconians from escaping their doom. There are only 12 Iconians that we've encountered, so trying to deal with just those 12 will be a much easier task than trying to take on this whole world.
Greetings of the whole to you, strangers, and welcome to Iconia. My name is Matara-Ren, and I am a herald of Matara. Before I can allow you to pass, I must scan you to ensure that your technology is of a sufficient level for you to be allowed access to our city. This will only take a moment. Your technology is sufficient, but your chronoton particles are substantially out of phase. Please follow me. You must speak to my mistress.
Remember why we are here. Every Iconian must die in the bombardment, and their technology cannot be taken. If even one Iconian escapes, this could all be for nothing.
I recommend we begin by infiltrating their government building. We need access. You've seen the ruins of a once mighty empire. This is Iconia at the height of its power.
I apologize for the interruption, Honored One. These travelers have just arrived at our city. Their chronoton particles are out of phase, and per your instructions, I have brought them to you.
Thank you, Mataran. You may return to your station. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Iconia. It is highly unusual to receive visitors with such unusual chronoton signature. Wonderful. He will be quite pleased to reunite with you. You should be able to find him in the residential district. I imagine you passed through the same chronoton-charged nebula he did. That would account for the anomalous readings. Since you are explorers like Cogran, I suggest...
Greetings, travelers. Are you explorers? Or do you come? The World Heart is the repository of all our knowledge. It contains the genetic information of every species on Iconia and all of our colony worlds. With it, we can colonize and repopulate an entire world, shaping it to resemble our home in just a few short years. It also holds a record of our culture, history, literature, and philosophy. This is why we call it the World Heart. It is, in a very real way, the center of our civilization.
The changes we see in the Iconians are too great to be simple evolution. The Iconians shape themselves and the Heralds into weapons. Genetic engineering that is both efficient and terrible.
You made it. Something must have gone wrong as we entered the portal that disrupted synchronization. I arrived 2 weeks ago. I remained cloaked, scanned the planet for several days, and then came to the surface as an explorer, seeking to open diplomatic relations with the Iconians. My ship is using the magnetic fields above the poles to help conceal its presence. The Iconians of this time are nothing like the ones we know. They are flesh, and appear to be friendly and peaceful, if a bit arrogant with those they see as lesser. Come. They will allow us to move through the city freely. You should see this for yourself.
Cogran is either a fool, or he's being manipulated by the Iconians. Either way, he might jeopardize the mission. We'll need to watch him closely.
Someone's calling for help.
An injured herald. This could be a chance to learn about their physiology. Perhaps even find a weakness.
Hello. Can you help us? My herald is injured, and I cannot leave him. I need someone to bring us some healing supplies. Thank you.
Do you require assistance, visitor? Certainly. However, I do not detect any injuries or maladies in your physical form. Oh, of course. It is our duty and privilege to care for our heralds. I will follow you to the patient.
We'll see who the lesser race is.
I have spent days among these people. They are very proud and very strong.
Thank you, Traveler. I appreciate your assistance.
The Iconians' affection for their pets is a weakness. We can exploit that.
I am not so sure. After all, we've seen how the Iconians will transform their pets. The Heralds are merciless killing machines. They have killed multitudes during this war.
Deaths that we will avenge here. No more waiting. We need to finish our mission. I don't understand why you're bothering to help these people. We need to find the gateway controls, sabotage them, and be done with it. This could all be over if you'd let it.
Clearly the Iconians have a highly developed sense of the...
That's fine, but what we need is to know more about their technology. And we're going to...
When you have technology as advanced as the Iconians, wonders can be found anywhere you look. We should talk to that officer over
I see you are interested in this device. We are testing a new method of encryption. So far, it has proven to be I am not supposed to leave this area unwatched. But all of my heralds are performing other duties. And if Elmiran sent you, very well. Thank you, Traveler. I will not be long.
Just as I surmised. The Iconians are following their own version of the Prime Directive. They are attempting to protect lesser developed species from acquiring technology that they may not use wisely or well.
Not so fast. We've only heard one side of the story.
We will gladly give you the medicines you require, but
The medicine will help with this plague, but what about the next one? We need the ability to take care of ourselves, but you won't give us the means to do so.
I am sorry, but we have extremely stringent rules about who can use our technology. There are many species who are not yet ready to use our gifts safely and wisely. One moment, Falkar. Yes? May I help you? Yes, I will take your opinion under advisement, but ultimately, this is an Iconian matter. You are simply another visitor on
We haven't made much headway trying to reverse engineer the gateways, but just imagine what we could do with it.
Oh, I have. You can move an army in the blink of an eye. Think about what would happen if all these heralds just showed up on your planet. Oh, they'd take over in a day. I'm still trying to acquire some of their data. Have you had any luck yet?
Nothing yet. Despite all their openness and hospitality, the Iconians have everything on lockdown. I can't even get near the building where they keep the world hard without some herald stopping me. If I were the Iconians, I too would think twice about giving people like these advanced technology.
This doesn't prove anything. So the Iconians had their reasons for withholding technology. I don't care, and neither do their enemies.
Tell your ships to drop into orbit above the polar region. My ship is cloaked there.
Excuse me, but I require assistance. We have lost contact with several of our colony worlds. I am attempting to increase the range of this communications console to re-establish the connection. But I need another set of hands to adjust the frequency while I attempt to dial in the proper network levels. All of my heralds are currently working on the evacuation. Would you be willing to help me? Communications should be reaching the colonies, but I am not receiving any response to my messages. Something terrible must have happened. We were not concerned about the lesser races. Not at first. They were like children who wanted things they could not understand. It was our duty to protect them, to guide them. In time, when they were ready, we would have shared all of our gifts. I do not know. If the colony worlds have fallen, then...
We already know the evacuation did not save them.
But the gate...
Welcome, traveler. I apologize for my earlier absence. Do you have questions about our world? We have had contact with many worlds in our journeys, but we have found no people equal to our own. Some of the others resent the blessings our people enjoy. They seek to take that which we will not give. While we are an extremely advanced world, we are not, in general, a militant one. Tiket will coordinate the defense, but I remain hopeful that we can reach a peaceful solution before blood is shed. Motara speaks for us, and she is quite a gifted diplomat. If all else fails, there are places known only to us and those who serve us. Our gateways can take us to these refuges, to recover and rebuild. Will you help us? The attack is beginning. I thought we'd have more time. We must retrieve the World Heart and escape. Will you help us?
The attack is beginning. We must decide how to proceed. I have spoken to these people, walked their streets, shared their meals. Regardless of what we know they will do in the future, the Iconians of this time are not evil. They are peaceful. And they are guilty of no crimes, worse than standing up for their ideals. The very same ideals, I might point out, as the Federation's prime directive. You have walked the same streets as I, spoken to the same people. Can you allow them to die for crimes they have not yet committed? For my part, I find no honor in cold-blooded murder.
It doesn't matter what these... And that changes nothing. We know what will happen. In our time, they are poised to destroy or enslave the galaxy. There is no choice. We destroy them now and save ourselves.
You think I don't understand paradoxes? My mother came from an alternate timeline. I was born from a paradox. The universe will right itself. It always does. Besides, will the future we create here be any worse than the present waiting for us?
The World Heart contains all of our knowledge and all our genetic data. With it, we can rebuild. We have a refuge built for those who serve us. We shall go there.
We should be able to access the Gateway network from here. We could disable all of the gateways at...
We offered Lemirin our aid. There is no honor in striking down an ally from the Hive.
The honorable thing would be to complete our mission and save our galaxy. Or do you not care about what happens to Kronos?
We need to transfer the World Heart to a transportable format. I'll need your help to initiate the download from that console. Proceeding, but it will not complete before the invaders find us. Holding the core. I need you at the other console. I will require your assistance. More aliens are coming. last step is to eject the World Heart. Was just the beginning of the violence. My people are few, and most of our heralds are elsewhere. Defeating a significant force would be costly to both sides. I know you are not one of the whole, and I have no right to ask for your assistance. But would you help us evacuate the city? Blessings of the whole upon you. We must gather as many of our people as possible and escort them to the gateway platform. Once we are there, I will open the path. I recommend we locate Tiket. She is Tiket is a fearsome warrior and has kept our people safe for countless millennia. Until...
Rescuing Iconians is not what we're here to do.
Perhaps it is. When we came back in time, we did not know what we would find.
I appreciate your You think I appreciate your work?
She is a fool. She would let her people die so she could avenge them.
Vengeance is a powerful one.
We will never forget this tragic day.
Thank you.
These are not a warlike people.
Not yet. That will change.
Bloodshed affects everyone differently. My people became warriors when an alien species threatened our home.
And the Iconians will become conquerors. Now I see you. Now I see your plan. We've...
The power and reinitialize the gateway open sequence.
Didn't the other...
They may already be here. We're losing ground!
We can't hold them off from...